So time is off by 4, 5, 6, and we have had multiple interpretations on this, and it could of course mean many things. But now this is a new one, and it's something that I didn't come up on my own, but I actually looked at another channel that claimed to have solved it, and it actually matches in surprising ways. Let me show you. So first of all, the gates of the sun between the months, and we can have multiple kind of interpretations on what is the first month, second and the third, or even the fourth, fifth and the sixth month. Those are all in gates 4, 5 and 6. So it might have to do with something with these 3 months, or then the set of these 3 months. So 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3. They're all in the gates 4, 5 and 6. Also, this is half of the menorah. So if it's to say time is off by 4, 5, 6, and if half the virgins, there were 10 virgins, 5 were wise and 5 were not, maybe that's the bride of Christ raptured, and then half the church will be raptured in 3.5 years. Anyways, now there's multiple ways this can be true, that the time is off by 4, 5, 6. But the original vision, that it did not only have this statement, but it also had Rubik's cubes in it. And now in this video I will take the discoveries of this channel, where 2 or more gather in his name. So this is the channel, and this is the latest video from a day ago. I had to actually watch it twice, as there's so much information in this, and excuse me, and there's also a lot of charts that are pretty advanced at this point, so it might be worthwhile to watch a little bit of the earlier videos to be able to follow up on what is really happening in this latest video. Let me just show you one image from that video, and now if you want to know how she came up with this and the logic and all these sort of things, please watch her videos. But in this latest video, she is talking about that January and February were added to the calendar and later on, and that they were not there originally. And well, she's going through quite a bit of different variations on what is the first month, second, and what is the 12th month, and so on. But in the end, she has a calculation between the differences of this table that she's come up with, and based on the matches of the differences of the dates, she states that the 16th of March would actually move over in here. So I took it into an Excel just really simply. So the 16th of March would be taken back to replace the 21st of January. So here. So it is actually one season is skipped basically, and then this becomes this. So I was actually taking a look at how many days is that difference, and that difference is 54 days. What is the significance of 54? There are 6 sides to a normal Rubik's Cube 3x3, and in each of those 6 sides you have 9 pieces you need to match, and 6 times 9 is 54. When you say time is off by 4, 5, 6 and time is off by 54 days, it is exactly the amount of let me show you the picture again. These, if you count all these, it's 9 per side, and there are 6 sides, so that's 54. So the time is off by exactly the number of different pieces on a Rubik's Cube. Wow. So then next, what I took is this number 59, and what is that? So I took the birthday of Israel, and then I took how many days would it have been from this date to the birthday of Israel. Okay, and that is 59 days. So then we take the 21st of January and add those 59 days to it, and we come to the spring equinox. And if you've seen my earlier videos about the menorah, that is the middle candle, that is the equinox, is in here. And then we start with gate 4, 5 and 6. First month, second, third. That's where the day starts and where the night ends. One last thing on this video is that I actually took all the different scenarios with which you can place the number of the months with. So if we say that the year begins in Aries, and depending on if we have Ophiuchus in the calculation or not, even though Sun does enter Ophiuchus, then you will have this is the month numbers, and I've highlighted the 4, 5, 6 with yellow in here. The next scenario is the biblical one that I have been promoting throughout my videos, in which the calculations start in Virgo and then they end in the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the story of Jesus. And here we have the numbers highlighted as well, and this is actually the only scenario in which it makes a difference to the 4th, 5th and 6th month whether you take into account Ophiuchus or not. In the others it doesn't. For the 4th, 5th and 6th, they are in the same positions. In here, that's, the Western Gregorian. We start in January, and that's when the Sun is in Capricorn and so on. And in this scenario, we start the calculation with the Pisces. And let me just remind you real quick, why is that? So in the Pisces, you could say it's the first month because you have half the wheel full, and then the 7th month, the new year, could be the first one. Okay, so all those different scenarios are in here, and then the only 3 months that do not have the 4, 5, 6 in any of the scenarios is Libra. Balancing is not yet done. Scorpion has not yet received the punishment. And then the church, the southern fish in Aquarius, who is drinking all the holy... let me just make it a bit bigger so you can see. The southern fish in here is drinking all the Holy Spirit, all the teachings, everything and that's also a lifeline. If this fish didn't drink all this Holy Spirit and all the teachings, this fish wouldn't die. So I think this is an idiom of the bride of Christ. Of course, Jesus is the goat fish, and then we have two more fishes. So we have the part of the church that will be left behind, and then Israel. So I mean, it does make sense in this sense as well, the 4, 5, 6. And this would single out the month of Pisces in a very significant manner. So Aquarius is the last month in the first cycle. It is the month of judgment. And in my previous video, when I talk about the twilight, and if it goes over to the Pisces, so the sun is already in the constellation of Pisces, but there is something called twilight, then it might be even until the equinox on the 20th, 21st of March. I have one last actually thing that I had in here, which is kind of personal confirmation to the March equinox. I started making videos on 18th of October, and I just calculated how many days will it be until the equinox. So it's going to be 153 days. Wow. Thank you.